welcome back to our channel Trailhead Ranger NJ, and we are doing this series for preparation for Sales Cloud Consultant certification, and we have completed these modules and links in our previous video. The last module we had completed, that is accounts and contacts. Please go through it if you haven't. And in today's video we'll be doing this module, that is project management essentials. We'll be talking about how the project management works and what methodologies we follow and how it's beneficial for us. So let's get started. First unit is get to know project management fundamentals. So as its name suggests, project management, it's nothing but how shall we manage our project so that it can deliver our essential requirement to the customer or client. So we need to first recognize the project manager, who that can be, the person who can plan the budget, the timeline, who can define the team, who can define what work needs to be done with each member. That should be a project manager. Then if we need to define a project, what exactly is a project? It is nothing but anything which is having a definite beginning and end, which is producing a tangible or intangible result, typically a product or service that is unique, or it is differ from daily operations which are temporary, whereas operations are ongoing and repetitive. And if we are to talk about how does it work, that is the project management. It is nothing but a method of defining the approach for conducting activities to achieve a project goal or goals. So what does project manager do? He does nothing but to plan it, to execute the plan and lead the team so that the project goals are met. It needs to define the budget as well, number of employees. If we are to define the project life cycle, it goes initiate, plan, execute, monitor and control, and then close. So again, as the name suggests, initiate is nothing but manager will be working with stakeholders to prepare the project charter, that what needs to be done, what are the requirements, and so on. So basically you can say a basic SOW, statement of work of project, needs to be prepared in the initiate step. Then in plan, the manager will be defining its timeline, its team, how many members are required, when it needs to be closed, what methodologies will be using, what should be the budget, and what exact approach will be following to close the requirement. In executing, we will actually be executing the plan which we have prepared. In monitor and control, we'll be checking all the execution which we have done, if it is working fine or not, what changes needs to be made, what precaution needs to be taken, and so on. And then we'll do the delivery and the project will be closed. So these are the defined. In planning, we'll define the scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, communications, risk, procurement, and stakeholders as well. Then yes, let's come to the quiz. First is the initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling and closing of a project are referred to as what? Project timeline, no. Project schedule, no. Project scope, no. Project life cycle, yes. Second is in the initiating phase of a project, the project manager is responsible for developing what? That is project charter. Project plan is developed in planning stage. Similarly, resource plan and project schedule as well. So let's check, and it's done. Let's move on to the next unit, that is explore project management methodologies. So there are mainly two methodologies which we talk about, that is waterfall and agile. Waterfall is more traditional and linear approach, but agile is iterative and not so traditional approach. In waterfall, what is done, that is, if we are building a project, everything will go in linear approach, that is one step, then second, then third, and then it gets delivered. We can't move back from second step to first or third step to first. It needs to be done in a straight forward one go. But in agile, what we can do, we can have something prepared then we can have it delivered to customer. And if it is not as per their expectation, we can have it test it out and then come back to its development again. And we can follow this approach again and again till the client is satisfied and we can have the project delivered. So agile is more preferable in these days rather than waterfall for projects. So you can see then waterfall required well defined requirements, because if we are not having well defined requirements we can't proceed further to next step. And even if we do, there will be project developed with the very less requirements which client doesn't want or does not want the way. In agile we'll be having progressively elaborated requirements, that is with each step or with each week they'll be coming up with new requirement or some enhancements, some changes like this. So that's why it says that traditional project management no change please, that is in waterfall approach we prefer that no change comes up, that the client doesn't require any change, it will be more difficult to handle. But in agile we can we appreciate changes because we are delivering the project for constant feedback weekly or twice a week or maybe monthly, whatever the approach client prefers. So now if we talk about more agile methodologies, we have three, that is Scrum, Lean and Kanban. In Scrum, we have a framework for iterative delivery of project outcomes and result. We often use it for software development project and it is delivered in incremental releases. It's highly collaborative among team and stakeholders. It's easy to follow and scalable method. Then in lean approach, it's a focus on eliminating waste associated with unproductive tasks, efficient use of team resources, phased approach for speed of delivery, empowers team with decision making authority. Similarly, Kanban, you can go through it. Then we are talking about different pros and cons of agile methodology. For traditional project management is best for projects which are small and predictable, have fixed scope, time and cost requirements, but does not depend heavily on stakeholder feedback once the project begins. But if we talk about agile project management, it is best for large and more complex, which require flexibility to change scope and rely heavily on stakeholder feedback throughout the project and need to make rapid development a priority. So let's come to the quiz. First is project management methods are what? First option, sets of principles and practices that guide the management of projects. Yes. Second is rules established to ensure consistency among projects. No. Guidelines established to help avoid project changes. No. Fourth is skills, tools and techniques needed to meet project requirements. No. Second question is, which of the following is true regarding the selection of a methodology? First option is traditional methods are best suited for project with fixed scope, time and cost requirements. Yes. Agile are best suited for small and predictable. No. Agile avoids stakeholder feedback once the project begins. No. Traditional approaches require flexibility to change scope. No. So first option should be the correct. Let's check. It's correct. Let's move on to the next unit, that is use agile for non-software projects. So earlier we have talked about if we are using agile method to for software projects, but if we are talking about to use it for non-software projects, so how we go about it? Main we have agile values. Similarly, agile values are nothing but these guides that how the agile plans are developed and the things that should be the top of the mind, such as individual and interaction over processes and tool, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over following a plan, or working software over comprehensive documentation. So if you see these, the principle that is a priority to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery. Continuous again require iterative approach which is agile. Welcome changing requirements. Deliver working software frequently. Business people and deliver must together daily throughout the project. Build projects around motivated individual. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is to face conversations. Working software is the primary measure of progress. Agile processes promote sustainable development. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. Simplicity, that is the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, is essential. And the best architectures, requirements, and designs emerge from self organizing teams. And at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjust its behavior accordingly. So again, these are the life cycle, and if you see, we can have multiple cycles in agile methodology, such as in cycle 1, if we have a plan to do one requirement, we have prepared it, we have created it, reviewed it, tested it, and then release it. Then it will go to the customer tested, verified, it will say that no, I need this change as well. Then again we will prepare the plan, follow up the second cycle, and similarly third cycle. So that's how it works. Let's come to the quiz. First is, what is the characteristics shared by agile methods? Extensive planning and documentation, static requirements, a linear project approach, an iterative project approach. So D should be the correct. Second is, what is the benefit of using an agile approach? First is, agile helps you get feedback in multiple cycles to ensure expectations are met. Agile reduces cost by eliminating the need for collaboration with the customer. Agile prioritizes processes and tools. Agile prioritizes comprehensive documentation. So first option should be the correct. Let's check. It's correct. Let's move on to the last unit of this module, that is deliver value through project management. So what exactly is the value? So if we talk about in terms of project management, value can be defined in monetary or relative term, that is the loyalty or honesty we are building with the customer, or the monetary value we are getting by developing the project in the form of profits, or any relative value. Then we have deliver value. Project concept is required, that is business case, which includes a statement of the business need and intended value, that is why the project should be undertaken to address the business need. Project initiation again requires project charter, then project planning, its execution, monitoring and controlling, and then methods and metrics. So let's come to the quiz. First is true or false. Business value is strictly measured in money. False. Second is, how can organization use project management to increase visibility into the value of their project? First is including a business case. Second is including a guarantee. Third is development of a project plan. So A and C should be the correct answer. Let's check. And it's correct. We are done with this module, that is project management essentials. I hope you get to learn about what exactly is the project management, what are the methodologies, which methodology we follow, and why we follow that for a particular project. And in our next video for this series, we'll be doing this user story creation, which is a very short module. So yes, if you like the video, please like it, subscribe the channel, comment down in the comment section if you have any doubt or if you have any opinion. And thank you. Stay tuned for our next video.